everyone. Hope everyone's Sunday is gorgeous, fabulous, just like all you guys. I'm not going to stay on that long. I'm getting ready to grill for the family, kind of enjoy our last chill day before the work week starts, and then I have to go to Colorado. So let's get into it. Sorry, I'll stop messing with that. Let's get into it. Last week on The Bachelor was the Women Tell All, which is where they bring all the women from the season all together to talk about their experiences and how it was and what they did and all the drama. And so it got pretty intense during all this. First, how it started was Kyra, I think that's her name. She was asked basically like how did she, how was her experience? What does she think of Matt? And she basically said it was breathtaking and that she thought he was the most amazing man in the world and that she thought the experience was really good for her. And so she had everything good to say about him. Let me give a few shout outs. Hello, Gulf Coast Mama, Loco, Rosaline. How are you, ladies? Hope you guys are having a good Sunday. So after they broke it down and kind of did a little icebreaker, then it went to, let me see. Let me find this. Sorry, guys. Then it went to all the drama. So if you've watched all my lives before this, I've broken down all the drama, who it's been about. I did an episode called The Queen Is Gone, and that was about Victoria, and she was one of the women in the house, and she caused all the drama with all the women. And she was basically saying that she talked the way that she did and whatnot because she, that was just how she handled stuff, just kind of giving every excuse in the book about it, not taking accountability for it. And then when it comes down to it, she calls everyone sensitive and like questioning them if they're sensitive and they can't handle all this backlash and bullying and whatnot. And they're just basically like, that is not how you treat people. Like you should have treated us a lot better than what you did. And so it kind of just all goes around with all the women basically telling her, how offensive Victoria was to everyone and what she did was, very toxic and no one deserved to be treated the way that she treated them. And she basically gave a sad apology and no one really accepted it. And then there was during this, which was kind of weird, during all this, Katie kind of was put on the hot seat for a little bit because they said if it wasn't for Katie, and she was one of my favorites, and I was really sad when she got booted, she kind of started all the drama in the house because she brought it to Matt's attention, which if I'm in that situation, I would want to give whoever I'm there for a heads up what's going on so he can understand, because when you don't start expressing your feelings and telling, the person that you're there for what's going on in the house, that person's going to eventually start thinking that, you're not interested, they're the reason why things are going the way they are. And so I applaud her for stepping up for all these women and being there for them and being a voice for them. So I think it is kind of crappy that they said, if she didn't go tell Matt about all the drama, the toxic house wouldn't be toxic, but it happened long before that. And so Katie just brought it to Matt's attention. So after that, there was another incident that happened in the house between Brittany and Anna. And it was basically Anna lived in the same city as Brittany, and Anna was getting text messages from Brittany's ex-boyfriend and friends. And the rumor started going around that Anna was an escort. She, did all this stuff for money, just slandering her name, the worst that you can slander someone's name. And we think after Anna did all this stuff to Brittany, the reason why Brittany ended up leaving is because she just didn't feel comfortable being there. She couldn't get the connection with Matt, and so Matt let her go. But I feel like if Anna didn't make all these rumors about Brittany, maybe Brittany would have been able to have a fuller chance with Matt and be able to get to know him. Anna said that she was sorry for not going to Brittany about the situation instead of spreading it around the house like she should have. And she did apologize. I believe Brittany eventually took it, but it kind of just sucks that now Brittany has to live with this horrible name attached to her, her name, and it's really quite sad. So I hope people from in the future on The Bachelor and Bachelorette understand how serious it is to sit here and bring rumors like that and how detrimental it is to someone's character and their self. So we will see. So after that happened, they hashed it out. They kind of got to a place where they were okay. And then after that, it was bloopers. And so some of the bloopers that they showed, one of them had some of the girls on a date, and they had to stick their hand in mystery boxes. And in these mystery boxes, there could have been roaches, worms, crickets, all kinds of stuff. And so they had to stick their hand in there and get a ring. And so the bloopers of that was kind of funny, seeing, their fears and like how they didn't want to do it. Then there was another date that they had that they didn't air. It was called Hide and Seek. And then Kit was one of the contestants. She ended up being like the last woman to find Matt. And so it's kind of funny seeing how that all went down. And then there was a boxing episode where they had to drink raw eggs, which is so disgusting. And Katie ended up throwing up and couldn't do it. And then there was another date that they went on to, one of the bloopers that they didn't show. It was where they had to eat pancakes. And then they had to drink beer, which is whoever made that a combination together, that is so disgusting. I mean, you drink and then you eat pancakes. You don't eat pancakes and you drink. So that was kind of cool to see a few dates that they didn't put in there. And so after all those bloopers, Katie got put in the hot seat, and she was just talking about her journey with Matt and how, she made the very memorable first impression. She brought the dildo when she walked up to Matt. Matt thought it was super hilarious. If you watched their whole relationship during the show before she got booted, they seem very connected. They seem like they're on the same page. They had a lot of things in common. Just what you would expect in a relationship. And so when she did get booted, and I think it was 2 episodes that I recapped, it shocked a lot of people because you didn't expect it. And so, of course, Chris Harrison asked her, like, we didn't expect you to be booted. Like, how did that make you feel? And so she just kind of talked about her feelings. And what's kind of cool about that is after they have, the hard conversation, she basically says, it showed me who I am. It showed me what I want in a relationship. It was nice to finally have someone accept me. And now she knows it's okay to be herself, no matter what. And eventually she'll find the love of her life. So that was pretty cool. The next person to go is Abigail. Love Abigail. She's my favorite. She has been an inspiration to a lot of people because she is deaf. And after she was on this show, she kind of showed people that have disabilities that you're able to go do whatever you put your mind to. You're able to go out your comfort zone. Not everyone's going to accept you, but go out there and the world is all yours. And so it's kind of cool having her on there and showing a different perspective of someone's life. And she's gotten tons of love after she ended up leaving The Bachelor. So I wish her so much in the future. That's my girl. I'm so sad she's gone. But it was nice to see their journey. What's kind of crazy about her story, she got the first impression rose. So she made a huge good impression on Matt. Every time they talked, it was always flowing. I mean, she's had hard conversations with Matt, and he's always been acceptive of it and, receptive, and, has always been there for her. And so when she was let go, it was kind of a hit to the heart. The next person Chris decides to talk to is Piper. And Piper, during their whole relationship, there was something off about her. And I could never put my finger on it until whenever she ended up getting let go. She basically didn't give Matt a hug, didn't tell him bye, didn't show like she even cared that he was there. And I get it. She was hurt. I totally understand that. But still show respect, you know? And so that was kind of a red flag to me. And she, you know, they talk about it and, you know, she was just shocked. She just didn't know how to handle the situation. And so she, you know, said that, you know, she could have handled it a bit differently, but, you know, all in all, she is doing good. And she thinks that, you know, eventually there'll be someone out there for her. So that's good. And then the last person to speak is Serena P. And so last episode before this one, Serena P actually decided to leave the show after she had hometowns with her family, and Matt got to meet them. Having conversations with her sister and her mom, it just didn't seem right to her. And so Matt ended up noticing that there was somewhat of distance between them, and they didn't. He just knew something was off. And so he ended up going to her hotel room, and she decided to tell him that she doesn't think she's the one for him. She thinks that he deserves better, and she just needs to stop it here, and she needs to leave. And so she did. And of course, you know, Chris talks to her about that and kind of, you know, asks her, you know, like, do you regret it? Like, is there any regrets to it? And she was like, you know, there's no regrets. You know, she's like, I wish I would have, you know, found out sooner, so I wouldn't have dragged him on and hurt him, you know, because she knows that he really cared about her, and she cared about him as well. But she just had to do what was right for her. And so that's kind of the tell all. There's some drama. There's some back and forth cat fights and whatnot. Not too crazy like it was in the house. So it ends up ending with the sneak peek for, I believe tomorrow is the last episode. Don't quote me. It might be. And so next episode, I think tomorrow is the last episode. They do fantasy. They meet Matt's family. Matt's dad comes down, and if you know, Matt has lived in a single parent home, and so when his dad comes, they kind of have some tensions, and then his mom and him have a conversation about his relationships and what's going on, and he's kind of conflicted a little bit, and then he only has 3 girls left, and so he has Rachel, Michelle, and Bree. And I'm going for Rachel. She's my girl. I love her to death. I hope she gets it. But we will see. There's still a lot of drama throughout it. That kind of makes you question, like, what's going to happen. But I think it's going to be really good. And I will be streaming that tomorrow. Hopefully, when it goes live, I believe it goes live 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. So it's a 2-hour episode because I believe it is the finale. So I hope if you guys want, you can join us tomorrow and watch it. I'm so excited to see who wins and who gets this. I'm going for Rachel. That's my girl. I've been rooting for her from day one. Yes. So the part that I was talking about, Kit literally got lost in the woods, and she was like, I just can't tell time. I don't know where I'm going, and I'm not an outdoorsy person. She was really a city person. So it's kind of funny seeing those bloopers. But yeah, so that's basically the recap on The Bachelor. There's not much to really talk about until after the season finale. There's 3 girls. I'm ready to see like how what happens with his dad, because since, you know, his mom raised him and his dad's involved in this situation, I'm kind of wondering how it goes. I hope it doesn't discourage him, and I hope he continues to go further. Yes, Team Rachel. So if you guys want, in Discord, I post a Zoom link, and then I've got the business pass so I can have more people on, and I'll stream it by my computer, and we'll sit, and on commercials we'll have, you know, mini discussions on what's going on, during Bachelor. So it's pretty fun. You guys are more than welcome to join. I don't know what I'm going to do after Bachelor is over. So if you want to leave comments below this video, give me suggestions on topics and stuff that you would like me to talk about, is greatly appreciated. I appreciate you all being here and supporting me on this Bachelor journey. I kind of feel like I'm one of the bachelorettes or one of the contestants for the Bachelor. Matt is honestly amazing guy. I've been watching The Bachelor for a very, very long time, and he just is by far one of the most genuine, loving gentlemen I've seen on this show. So I'm pretty excited to see who he gets and who he decides to be with for the rest of his life. So I'm going to end it here. I got to grill. I'm going to go in my happy place, drink one of my White Claws. I got White Claws this time, and grill for the family and eat with them and probably watch some TV. If you all go on anyone else's lives tonight, I'll try and get on and chit chat with you guys. But thank you all for watching. I will see you tomorrow for the streaming of The Bachelor. And until next time, love you all. I'll see you later. Bye.